Welcome back to the IU427 garage, everybody. Well, I ordered some oil filters the other day, and I ordered a baker's dozen. So kids, if you don't know what that is, go ask your folks. But I ordered one standard Wix 51515, and then I ordered a dozen of the ProTech, which is also made by Wix, 51515. And this isn't a comparison, but I'm going to show you why I have no problem using the ProTech filters. Truth be told, I've been using the ProTech line of filters by Wix for quite some time, and I primarily use them on the work vehicles. So like the Ford Ranger, the van, I used them on the 03 Silverado when we had it, mostly because they're just a better value, and we're changing oil on the work trucks every 3,000 miles, and we put miles on them pretty regularly. So if it's not the third or fourth month, you know, we're changing the oil and the filter in the trucks at least twice a year. So I've never really worried about, you know, getting an ultra high quality filter, but, you know, I've always had good lucks with the Wix filters. And so therefore, when I saw them on the Rock Auto website and the fact that they're made by Wix, I thought, well, I'll give these a try. So I have a dozen or so of the smaller filters for the LS engine that's in the van. And I've got the 51516 that the Ranger takes upstairs. And that's why you guys saw in one of the previous videos, I had to pull the oil filter off of the King's Cobra, and I went upstairs and I thought I had a genuine Wix filter, because I usually keep one or two here in the shop. I'll usually grab those when they go on sale. So I'll get clearance notifications through email from Rock Auto, and they'll be cleaning out old inventory to bring in new. And I don't know why a filter, you know, would be on clearance, but it happens. And so that's usually when I buy them. Anyways, so I've got both of those filters here, and you'll notice they're packaged completely different. And so this may account for some of the cost difference. So for instance, the Wix genuine filter here that you would get at your local auto parts store is in a nice, you know, retail package with a flip top lid on it and everything, and you pull the filter out and there it is, right? The ProTech, now I ordered a case of these so that they came in this nice cardboard box to protect them, but if you just ordered one, you would get one just like this that's just got a plastic wrap on it. It's just a clear plastic wrap. It's shrink wrapped on there, right? Now I've already pulled one of them out of here and pulled the plastic off, and we'll put that over there, and I'll put this one back in. But from any outward appearance, it's the same filter. You know, it even says on here, ProTech by Wix filter. The part number is right there, so it's a 51515. And like I said, I've never ordered these particular filters, but I get the same brand filters. So the ProTech brand filters for the Ranger and for the van. And before one of you wants to correct me on the LS engine, okay, it's an LQ4 that's in the 2005. So I'll give you that. But we typically refer to them as LS engines because that's kind of the platform that they are. So not wanting to get any arguments with anybody out there. But the outward appearance of the filter is the same. You can see they've got the same type of rib on the top. They've got the same type of gasket. They even have the same writing on the inside portion here of the filter. So this number that's embossed right there is the same as the number that's embossed right here. Now, there are some differences. So if you look, this one has a number embossed right here. The ProTech line does not. And if you look, this one has a red piece of rubber inside, which is part of the anti-drain back. And this one has a black piece of rubber in there. Now, holding each of these in my hand, so one in my right hand, one in my left hand, they are approximately the same weight. Now, I'm not going to get into measuring these things because one, I don't have a scale that goes down to grams. And two, I don't want to get in an argument because I'm not doing a direct comparison. I'm not cutting these open because I'm not made of money. And I'm not making a video comparing, 6 different oil filters and telling you which one is best. I'm just telling you what I can see and what I can feel. So, pick up the genuine Wix filter. And like I said, it's approximately the same weight. And I moved them from right to left hands just to make sure that, any being left-handed biased would tell me if, I picked up one and one felt light. But moving them back and forth, I really can't tell any difference in weight. Now, there might be some internal differences. I did peer down inside, and the metal cylindrical tube that goes down the center of the filters appears to be exactly the same. Now, the cost difference. When those Wix filters are on clearance at Rock Auto, they're usually, lately, they've been as low as $4. So if I get an email and it says, for your 95 Ford Mustang with a 5-liter, because that's what I have typed in the computer for Rock Auto, it'll say these filters cost this much money. The ProTechs really never go on clearance, but I think I paid about $3 a piece for each of those filters. That might have been less. As a matter of fact, before I go any further, let me go and find out exactly what I paid for each of those 2 filters when I ordered them. All right, so I have a correction. I did not pay $7 for the Wix filter. I paid $4.47 for that single Wix filter. Don't tell the customer though, because I'm going to charge him more. Just kidding. I paid $1.61 for each of the ProTech oil filters. Now that's a freaking deal. So which one of my cars use that? Well, at this point, I can use that filter on both the Ranger and on Slytherin. But the Ranger, this most recent Ranger, what Ford did is, because the filter is in such an awkward spot, they put this little cup with a funnel on it to redirect the oil when you're spitting off the oil filter. And so it limits the outer diameter of the filter, where on my older Ranger, I could use the bigger filter. I can't use it on this one. So I have to get the 51516 because it's a more slender filter. Same thread size, same gasket, all that. It's just a smaller filter. So that's okay. I've got enough filters to last Slytherin for quite some time. Although we do enough small block Fords in here, like the Mustang right outside here, it's going to get one of these filters. The Coyote takes a different filter, so we're not going to worry about that. But I use these filters quite a bit. I'm not worried about being able to use them. They'll go, but I'll have them here so I don't have to run out and get one the next time or wait for them to come in because I don't have any in stock. So that's all I kind of wanted to tell you guys. Just a quick, easy way to save yourself some money on filters. Buy them by the dozen. And if you're going to have them shipped from Rock Auto, it'll save you some money on shipping because, like I said, there's not much difference from shipping a single filter and 12, at least from Rock Auto. And I think I paid $7.99 to have those shipped. They came from New York. And They shipped from New York. They actually made it here a day early, and I paid $7.99 for shipping. So I thought that was pretty fair too. Last thing, both of those filters are made here in the United States. So on the Wix filter, it does say right on it that it is made in USA, and then it gives the state. So it's actually Gastonia, North Carolina, where this filter is made. The ProTech, it just says made in the USA. It doesn't tell you if it's made in that same plant that one is. I suspect they probably are, but who the hell am I? I don't know. I didn't put any research into it to find out if they are or they aren't. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Buy the filters that you're most comfortable with. I bought some for the Ranger not too long ago from K&N that they were clearancing. I think they were about the same price. They were like $1.50. And so I bought 4 or 5, maybe even 6 of those for the Ranger because I figured, well, they're so cheap and I've already got an order. I might as well just put them in with my order. They were all shipping from the same place. And so I picked those up. So buy whatever filter that you're most comfortable with. But I wouldn't, how do I say this politely? If you're relying on your oil filter, like to filter out any particles that your engine has been eating itself with, you've got bigger problems. Because although the oil filter may allow those pieces to get caught in the filter, your engine's still eating itself, which means that you have other issues. And you should be changing your oil probably more often anyways. Regardless of the miles that I put on Slytherin every year, I change the oil in it every year. So once spring rolls around, I find a nice weekend to do it. I change the oil in Slytherin regardless of how many miles it's had on it. Simply because as oil sits for that amount of time, it gets like acidic. And so you want to get it out of there anyway. So I change the oil in Slytherin every year, regardless of how many miles I drive. So I've never put 3,000 miles on that car in a year, I think, other than maybe the first year I had it. So if it gets 1,000 or 1,500 miles in a year, I just go ahead and change the oil because it's a yearly thing that I go through. I also nut and bolt the entire car. So take this for what it's worth, guys. I just wanted to do a quick video on this. I know there are other channels on YouTube you can go and get a direct comparison between this and the Ford Motorcraft filter and the Fram and all those other ones. But like I said, I'm cheap. I'm not cutting open a filter just so you guys can see that they are or aren't the exact same inside. So I think that's going to do it. If you're enjoying the content here, as always, do the like, the share, the subscribe, all that kind of stuff. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.